recording audio. The lay of the land, and this is what I told them. I said, realtors, NAR, National Association of Realtors, is the big thing. Real estate agents go out to get their real estate license, and then in order to become a realtor, they have to join one of the realtor associations to have that realtor title. So National Association of Realtors is the big one, and then behind that, there's a bunch of smaller ones that are all trying to get the membership of the realtors. The realtors have to pay for each one of these, and they can join as many as they want to. Any one of them will give them the ability to have the realtor title. Is that correct?
But also to get on the MLS, you can't do business without MLS.
No.
So please, help me out. Help me understand it. Yes.
The realtor title is through the National Association of Realtors.
So everybody has to join NAR?
Yes.
Every.
And everybody, in order to be a part of this association, you must be a realtor.
So that's NAR.
It's NAR, and then CAR, which is California Association of Realtors, and then you're a member of SRCAR.
So you must join NAR and you must join CAR.
Yes.
So you must join. How much is the NAR membership? $100, $300, $500?
It comes out to about $500.
Okay.
Like, so we're all gonna be paying about it's $480-something that we have to pay at the end of December.
And then
that
CAR.
includes NAR, CAR,
Oh,
and
okay.
SRCAR.
Okay, got it. So once you join SRCAR, you're not necessarily a member of WCRSRCC.
No.
So that's an additional thing that they have to join.
Yes, that's
Okay.
correct.
So what we're trying to do is get the realtors that are active, that are already members of NAR, CAR, and SCAR, and then make them, or convince them to be a member of WCRSRCC.
Correct.
Okay, so that's the lay of the land. I was wrong earlier, guys.
That is the lay of the land, but if you focus on the members that are SRCAR, which they have to be NAR-CAR,
Okay,
then you will have the realtors that we need to focus on,
okay, and then SRCAR, about how many do they have?
about 3,000.
So
But
that's-
maybe more, because we just took over Hemet.
And SR, so South Riverside,
Southwest Riverside Association of Realtors.
and there's about 3,000 there.
Yes.
So our target audience becomes 3,000 basically. Okay, so when we go after these people, we need to give them a value-added proposition for them to join with us. I know that WCR SRCC was doing some type of reimbursement for fees. Tell me about that.
There is reimbursement for your CE type classes that we have to take. So for instance, like designations and things like that. So like, for instance, like WCR has PRN. If you went and took all those classes to get the PRN, you could actually submit for reimbursement of that. And I think it's up to $400 or something.
And what is PRN?
It's a professional
Something network?
designation
Okay.
through Women's Council of Realtors.
Now-
So, but nonetheless, even if I were to go and take my CRS
Okay.
class and get my CRS designation, you know, those classes could be reimbursed up to, I think it's $400. I could be wrong on the dollar amount, but there is a certain dollar amount that you can submit and get reimbursed.
Is that exclusive to WCR SRCC?
Yes.
Okay, so it's I think I understood it's exclusive to WCR, but SRCC happens to be a division of WCR.
Correct.
Okay,
Yes.
good.
So it's for WCR,
Got it.
period. Yeah.
Okay, so if they joined us for 125, or is that what it is? How much is the dues to join?
The dues for a realtor itself
Yes.
is $205, because all
205.
realtors have to be national.
Got
So
it.
when we have affiliates that join, affiliates could join as a national or a local affiliate. The local affiliate for SRCC
Mm-hmm.
is $150
Okay, and then
for a year.
I know that you guys keep it at a 70-30 balance, is that correct? 70% realtor, 30% affiliates?
That is correct on the national side.
On the local side, is it close?
On the local side, there is no percentage.
Okay, because I told them as bankers, I said, understand that everybody in here is basically trying for those realtors' business. And so the realtors kind of are in a fishbowl, and all the vendors are trying to, and this is where we get our opportunity to give our value-added proposition. So
Correct.
with WCRSRCC, what I want to do is go out to those realtors, those 3,000 that I've now identified as a target market, and say, here's the package that we're going to give you. We're going to, one, make it available for you to get $400 in benefits in exchange for your $250 in fees. So you're actually going to be a net positive $150 right out of the box. But in addition to that, we're going to at least give you a video presence on the WCRSRCC website with the search engine optimized, just like I'm doing for your team. So this way, if we can push that out there and find that common message that we're going after, because we have a finite market of 3,000 realtors. So is this a good lay of the land? Am I understanding it better now? What other benefits does,
What a good idea.
yes, we like this, right? So what other benefits does WCRSRCC give somebody for joining?
The other benefits is just being part of, realtors is being part of the Women's Council of Realtors, is the fact that you're able to network with other realtors from not just the state of California, but nationally. And that's when we go to all these other different events. And that's when you meet with all those other people and you can network with them. And you're also posted on the national website as well.
Okay.
And you put in all your credentials and all your information, and so that you're searchable throughout the United States for business. And let's see, what else? And the education, when you go to the other events, you know, you have the education that's also included in those events as well.
So real nuts and bolts, if I work in Temecula, how is being a nationally findable realtor beneficial to me?
It would be for like networking with the realtors that are in Southwest Riverside County. And that's where I wanted to try and get that agent page put together for agents so that we can be networking together better.
Okay.
On a online basis instead of just only here.
Okay.
In which I want to be able to build that presence more. But on the national website, they would be able to have more exposure because once they fill out their information on the national website, and that's another problem because they tend to not do that.
Okay.
And so then their name and their information is not out there for someone to search for, but that gives you the opportunity to be able to get referrals and relocations of different people who are relocating here to California or from one area to another.
Is there a natural cycle when people join? And what I mean by that is when they join, they're really excited for about 3 months. They start to the events and then they start to fall off. Is that a natural cycle? And if so, what's the timeline in that?
Well, you know, that would be a natural cycle for majority because if they don't get involved, then they tend to just kind of be either start here and they'll start, we don't see them as much anymore or what have you. But if we can get them engaged and involved in what we're doing and being more involved with, that's why I want us to be more involved with the community, is getting out there because that's where we work, getting them more involved with the community and showing them that we're trying to help them build their business, then they will stick around and be a little bit more motivated about what we have to offer.
What I understand from the banking organizations is that the large banks must give away money to 50C3s and especially minorities. So we're a woman-dominated 50C3, which means we have the ability to get more gifts or grants or whatever they call them from Wells and Chase. Is that true?
We are a 501(c)(6). I know, we're still considered not
Really?
nonprofit.
Okay,
Yeah.
I have to look into that. All right,
I
I don't know
know.
it. Well, it's good. All right.
Yeah, but it has opened doors, yes, to be able to get funds from larger organizations such as Wells Fargo and Chase, and that's how we were able to get the donation from Chase.
Because they have to give some away. You know that, right? They're mandated by law to give a
Well, it
certain
seems
away.
that way.
Yeah,
They
I
were
know.
mandated by law, but it seems like, I have worked with Chase before with another organization, and that's how I was able to build that relationship to where she trusts that I'm going to do and implement their initiatives, because yes, they do have initiatives that they have to do. And so that's how I was able to get Chase on board this time, is because they know who I am and they know that whatever we say we're going to do, we're going to do it, and we will provide them that, and in return they are providing us with the funds.
When I talked with the Muscle Whites, they said that they outsourced the flyers.
Yes.
What's the budget for outsourcing flyers and stuff?
They paid for that. There was no budget for that.
Oh, so they paid for everything.
They paid for that.
Okay.
Through their company, they had someone that created the flyers.
Okay, all right.
I do have someone that said they were more than happy to print the flyers, color printers, color copies for us, and that was with Myrna. I don't know if you met Myrna.
I didn't, but I'd like to.
Yeah.
And I want to find out who's at our fingertips for building flyers, because I'm not, my brain doesn't, I'm not that creative guy.
Muscle said they weren't going to continue to do that, I take it.
We have to we'll figure something out. Don't worry, no worries. We'll find it out. We'll solve it all. Everything
figure
will
it
have a
out.
solve.
Yeah, and if we have to do it a couple, months or whatever, then we could do that. I mean, I know I can fiddle-faddle around with, look at my husband, he doesn't
Yeah.
want to look at me.
I had a thing for flyers.
Those are templates that you have to make them. So that's the thing, so
Well,
we'll
that's-
have to
isn't that what
make,
you're talking about, making flyers,
Well, we gotta,
it's time consuming.
laying them out?
and then you have to, it's subject to artistic interpretation. I'm good as a technical guy. I can solve technical issues, but when it comes to art, I don't have that thing. I don't try and be an artist. I shoot video and it's pretty straightforward,
So, I mean, if we had to, we could figure it out, I mean, I could,
Well,
We could figure it out.
There must be a,
Outsourced place.
or outsourced place, or you can, I know from my son, they buy some type of, I'm trying to think of the name that they call it, and then you're able to create things.
Okay, all right. And then, will we have a budget in marketing to give to people? And if so, will that be at the board meetings, or how will we find out about it?
marking to give what to people?
Marketing to, like, for flyer not for me, I'm not, we're free. But the things that I cannot do, like the printing of flyers or the design of a flyer, that's the one thing that's a concern of mine right now. I can do websites, I can do video, we're donating all of our time, all of that stuff, but there's certain things that are beyond my capability, and I would coordinate them. I just need to know if we have the budget for it and how we move forward with it.
Okay, well, we'll have to see how much it costs, and then we'll have to put it into the budget. And if we need to have it in the budget, I need it to be before the beginning of the year.
Yeah, that's why I'm kind of bringing it up. And maybe you can check with the Musselwhites and see who they used, and we can just continue to use them. Maybe, because if they're not willing to absorb it, maybe it was not an expensive fee to absorb. It could have been something menial, but I have no idea. I'm blown away at it.
I know Office Max was doing some type of discount thing at one time
For printing or at design?
for printing.
Okay. Are there any,
We need the design. portion.
yeah, are there any designers in our group?
No.
And is it possible that we could give away a membership to a designer in exchange for them designing? It's a thought.
Possible.
Okay, because I'm sure there's web designers up here that really like to get their name out there, and the value,
Web designer?
oh, I'm sorry, flyer designers, yeah, flyer designers. No. Flyer designers, yeah.
Okay.
And the value that we have is the ability to reach a bunch of people and record video and put it on the net, so those kind of things.
And we need someone that's gonna be, that's gonna be nice for you to work with,
Yeah,
so-
well, I'll work with anybody, but yeah,
I know, but I don't want someone that's not gonna be able to, sometimes things are, at the spur of the moment.
yeah, yeah.
And so we need someone that knows that can deal with, there are some people that, they totally lose it.
Don't work well with other people. Do you guys have any questions that I haven't covered?
I got the dogs in the car. I'm gonna take off with those and go home with them.
Okay, you got my car all right?
Yeah, and it's locked outside.
Okay, cool.
All right, thanks,
All right,
guys.
thank you, sir, appreciate it.
Take care. Great job, Klaus.
So have I covered most of the bases, so we kind of understand where we're at?
It's like some kind of, I guess, download thing that you purchase and you are able to do artwork.
Yeah, like publisher and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I have that, and,
So
but it
will you
takes
build the
time to
flyers?
create. That's the
Yeah.
thing, that's the
Yeah.
thing, it's not something that, oh, well, let me just make this flyer real quick.
Yeah.
Because it's not, you still gotta design, you still gotta bring in
Mhm.
the artwork, and you still gotta get it from somewhere, and it's,
Yeah.
so that's where the time comes in.
I can
To be able to do
kind of
it.
maybe get some leeway from my son, because that's what he does.
Oh,
But-
that's beautiful,
but
okay.
He's up in Los Angeles, and I
Okay.
don't know if he would take
Have-
on that.
Have the time
time to do it. Yeah, because he works full-time.
Okay, are there any big things that, I've seen the calendar, you showed me the events, I kind of got a flavor for it. I think we're going to be up here once a week for sure, basically every week, right? 2 weeks for sure, the second Thursday of the month and the third Tuesday of the month, there's 2 events that we have to be at every time.
Yes.
So the first week of the month and the fourth week of the month, I'm imagining there's something going on there. Is there?
No, not all the time.
Okay.
For instance, we have a few things that we're kind of throwing in the mix. So like when we have to do a special event, such as like like for instance, in February we have, or January, one of the months, January, February, we have the expo that we're gonna be working with SRCAR on.
Okay.
They actually are gonna let us have a table. We need to bring a raffle gift. Probably should have kept one of those gifts. Now that I think about it. So we need to get a raffle, so we just have to bring that, and is it January?
I think I just read something.
Yeah, so in January, so that's gonna be an additional day, but however, I'm not asking for everyone to come and be there that whole time. And, you know, you could probably have, what's her name? Taylor.
Oh, Taylor, yeah.
You could probably have Taylor come and just take pictures or whatever, and then you wouldn't have to come down. But like for that expo event where we have to man a table, then I'm asking everybody to do 2 hours, who wants to. So that doesn't necessarily mean that it would have to be you to be here.
Well, here's a thought. If we're trying to gain those 3,000 realtors, that might be the biggest event that we have access to them.
Okay.
Remember what we did with California Association of Realtors, how I had the whole video set up and I recorded people, and then it gave me permission to reach out to them again. That's why we're sitting here, is because I had permission to reach out to you, and we found a bond. So this might give us that same permission with that same 3,000 realtor base. So if I did that, we would set up a full camera equipment, and it would become a different event at that point, not just a table saying, hey, we're, WCRSRCC, but we want to do an interview on behalf of WCRSRCC, and you'll be able to see it on the net in the next 2 or 3 weeks. And we would be able to glean a certain number of realtors, but then more important, they're on our site, WCRSRCC's site, and kind of it's a definite in where you can talk with people. So that's a thought. I just want to put that in there. In which case, we'd have to be there the whole day to man the thing, and then we'd need an on-camera personality. Could be me or it could be anybody. I just usually land up the default guy because everybody chickens out at the end. I don't think you would anyway. Yeah, I know.
You got that right, yeah. He's got that right.
But if you have a spokesperson for WCRSRCC that could be there, and she could be, or we could even hire a local actress or something like that's a thought, all thoughts here. And they would just do the interview. I'm tired of seeing myself on video because I do the editing and I'm like, but I'll do it. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying it won't. I'm just saying that all of this is up on the table right now, and if we think it through, then I can execute at the time perfectly instead of trying to figure it out at the last minute. So you might have somebody with a bubbly personality like you that's willing to stand in front of the camera and be very beneficial. There was probably some realtors in here that had that thing, so just think about that.
Yeah, we can do that. We can get somebody to do that.
Okay. Any other things that you want to cover over the year, or that you want us to really do? I mean, we're going to be out there. We took so much picture and video today. It's going to be great.
Well, I don't have my notes anymore, but I think marketing is gonna be our key, and I'm guys, and I know it's time consuming, and I get it, and I appreciate you guys wanting to help Women's Council of Realtors, but in the flip side of it, it's to help you guys as well break into this market, get your face familiar to the realtors that are out here, because for one, that's kind of how it works out here.
That's
If
kind of
you
works
have a guy
everywhere,
knows
yeah.
that, everybody kind
Yeah.
of knows everybody, and if they don't know, you'd be like, okay, well, what's up with this guy? And, do you know this guy? Do you trust this guy? That's kind of, how it is. So you have to be more involved. The more they see you, the more, they're willing to trust you and get you in there. And of course, when you're giving to them first and not asking for something back,
Right.
is always, a different twist, because I'm gonna tell you, the majority of the ones that come in here, they're asking, what can I do, get your business, that's kind of the first words that come out of their mouth, instead of, okay, how can I help you? So, the main focus is that we do need to get the brand out there, and even if it's not to help, I know it's gonna take time, and it may not all happen in my year. It may lap over into the next year. I don't care, whatever.
gotta get the ball
We gotta,
rolling.
we gotta get it rolling, and we gotta get it moving forward, because it is an awesome organization. We do wonderful things. I would like for it to be known more as far as what we can do out in the community, in our local community, with our local businesses. It is a small town. We, and we need to support our community and our little small businesses, because that's the majority of what's out here. We have we have what, Abbott and,
Big ones, yeah.
but those are the only large companies that are out here.
So there's, the way local newscasters get into the larger markets is they do stories from the local area. And you've ever seen like ABC affiliate, Jan, whatever. And so they hand it to Jan. Well, Jan runs around trying to get a story that'll get her to the next level, that'll eventually get her to the networks. So there may be somebody that's local out here, a commentator, a news commentator. And every time we do something like the veterans event that we're going to be doing, if we had a news commentator out there, I'd actually package the video up and send it up to them and let them take credit for it. This would give us a local spokesperson, and then give us media time. It gives us access to media time, because they always need feel-good stories to fill in the blanks. And if you just give it to them with the opportunity to, take credit for it, I'm the local affiliate. So just think about that, because there may be a local person here in Temecula trying to break into the news business, and I'm talking about a commentator. And if we can align with that commentator and say, hey, listen, we do a lot of feel-good events like the veterans events or the homeless events or things like that. And if you don't mind, we'd like to invite you. You do your commentary. If you use the video, great. If you don't, that's great. Either way, but you'll get your name out there. So that's another thought.
Awesome. Love it. Yeah, that's a really good idea. We just gotta find who that is.
Yeah, that's and you guys are here. You guys know the people, and you know the people that know the people, and we'll start putting the word out. But it all starts here from an idea, and with a 3,000 member, that's a finite amount of people. We could do that. I mean, I don't know if we can get all 3,000, but if we can give a value-added proposition
Can I get
wherein
300?
300, if that's the goal, what is that? Is that the goal for the month or for the year?
No, I
For the
wish.
month, yeah.
Can I
For
get
the month?
Can I get 100?
Yeah. You want 100 by the end of the year? Because we're at 40 now, right? And then the affiliates.
We're probably not even at that right now, but
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I do want metrics. I want absolute, these are the absolute people that are joined, and then these
I
are,
can give you
yeah.
true numbers, but I don't, yeah. We,
And by the way, they'll be like this, because I get it, it's an image. If it's 12, then I want to know it's 12, but then at least we have real numbers we're starting from.
yeah, I'll have to look at them again, but yeah, it's probably less than that now.
Okay,
Because I've already talked to some people who haven't renewed.
okay. So what we'll do, the objective then will be
But if we
to
can,
go after
we
them.
really need to do a membership drive January, February, and March, really, because there's a competition, statewide.
So what if we
As far as
aligned with a
members
local
and
radio station?
We've never won that, but,
Because if you have the money in the coffers and you're going to be using it for marketing, perhaps you could pay a local radio station to do an event that only for realtors. And the radio station will put out saying, hey, we're doing a homeless thing, and all realtors who come in and donate $1, we'll match it with 10. And something like that. And what that would do is you would bring in 200 realtors to donate $1. Why? Because they don't care about the $1. My objective is to get them on camera. Because the minute I get on my camera and they say, why are you donating $1? Well, it's to help our people. Yeah, okay, good. But now they get to see, right? Well, you know what I'm talking about, right? But more than that, they're on video, and then that gives us permission to reach out to them. The costly part of that would be the radio station, hiring them to come out for 2 hours. They charge a couple $100 or something like that. But if you put that into the marketing budget ahead of time for like the veterans thing, which by the way, really is. If we did that with a radio event and local personality, and we brought the realtors out there, hey, I'm a realtor, I could do $1. So they go and do $1, and I want to be there capturing video. Okay, you'll see your video in 2 weeks. That gives us permission to keep going back to them and back to them and back to them. Everybody that I've shot video with, if they're serious about marketing themselves, they're like, hey, that's the only piece of video I have on the net. Yes, I'll talk to this guy. And WCRSRCC can be doing that for all of the people, but we need to first get them there. So that's a thought, just a little thought there. Just brainstorming, because I don't get a chance to sit with everybody like this. Any thoughts from anybody?
Well, I think your target, of course, is women more than males. I mean, although you have a lot of males that came, but your main target is women. And so I can just say, I mean, that's your target market right there. But you know, maybe you could promote things that are a little more on the female side, you know, that the women like to go to, I don't know, teas or anything along that line will kind of make it a little more personal for them and fun, but, you know, just something that's a little more on the feminine side for them.
Well, I think what we have, which we do every year, we do the spring tea.
Okay.
And we do that, it's April, I don't have my calendar, so I can't tell you what date.
No worries.
So it's I think it's like the first Friday in April, so that's gonna be our spring tea, which is a big event at Pachanga, and that's why I was saying, you know, it'd be a great opportunity for you as Tri-Emerald, you don't have to be as Tri-Emerald,
Okay.
have yourself a table there and do your video
Okay.
marketing thing
All
there.
right.
Because you're gonna be in front of, you know, 200 or so realtors
Got
at
it.
that point.
Yeah.
That is kind of we kind of make that more of a women's event. We have a fashion show and all that. You could maybe, you know, say you can do the makeup
Well, they can
on
do
that one.
facials.
So you
You know,
could,
that could be a separate thing, though. That's just
Yeah.
like
and then February, we are gonna do the American Heart Association, the awareness for heart disease. We are gonna do that, and, you know, it is,
Can you get radio spots to donate time? Have you ever tried that?
we have not ever tried that. I mean, we can definitely try it, because I'm quite sure we probably could,
there a
especially
l-
since it's gonna be, it's, you know, month of February, it's the Go Red, you know, the women Go Red thing for the month of February. We have several survivors here as part of Women's Council of Realtors. Denise is one of them.
Oh,
believe it or
really?
not.
Okay.
Yes,
Wow.
Denise, she's had open heart surgery. And as young as she is. And see,
Wow,
and that's the thing,
yeah.
it's real key of getting that awareness out there, because people don't believe that, you know, heart disease it's higher on the list than
Yeah.
cancer, you know, so it's something that we really wanna do this year. We are gonna be getting involved with the Temecula Valley Hospital. They're gonna be putting on an event as well, so we will be there also. So, you know, maybe we can do something for the month of February as a, you know, a big marketing thing to women about
You
American.
even have women take a wine tasting thing, you know, an event, something like that, where they come and go do that.
Do
Yeah.
do you have somebody like Jan Duran who could make those phone calls, who's very well connected and stuff, to like the
No.
radio station?
Absolutely, I'll check with her and see who because, you know, Jan knows everybody.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and everybody.
Jan
Yeah.
knows everybody. That's how we have the mayor coming here
Right.
in January.
Right.
So,
Okay.
He's buying airtime.
Okay.
A friend of mine from back home has a cousin that has a San Diego radio station, airs.
Is there a local TV station?
there a local TV station here? I don't think so, but we do have local radio.
Okay, so maybe we can tie in with some local radio hosts.
You may not have to pay for that.
Yeah, in fact, if we tie in with them and let them
With
tag along with
community
us,
event.
yeah, that's, because that could be very, very
Because
good.
we'll have the American Heart Association here,
Mm-hmm,
because we're gonna do our luncheon on America Go Red. We'll have the American Heart Association here, we'll have a nutritionist here, we'll have, stress management person here. We can, and American Heart Association said they can even have people here taking blood pressure. I mean, so we could make it into something to where it could attract someone who wants to say, oh, wow, look at what's happening at, you know, I don't know.
Yeah.
and maybe if you had some local wealthy guy who would match everybody for, like, and go with that little thing, hey, or if a realtor, a licensed realtor with a license walks in and donates $1, Mr. Bill will donate $10 for every dollar they donate. And, you know, he's already committed to up to $1,000, or whatever it is. But you can use that as a ploy to get the realtors to come in. They'll come in, yeah, I'll give you $1, you know, bang. And then, chick, rolling the camera and, and now I got them. Because that's ultimately what I want to do, is have access to them and a reason, permission to contact them. Once I have permission to contact them, then I can start drip marketing WCRSRCC more and more and more, and just saying, hey, listen, did you know that if you join WCRSRCC that you pay $250, but you get $400 immediately in benefits for CEs and so on and so forth? And that way I can start dripping that stuff, but if I don't have the audience, the message doesn't
Right,
go
it's
anywhere.
Not gonna go anywhere.
Yeah,
Right.
okay. Well, thank you. I just wanted to take a time and so that we're all on this level playing field. What do you expect from us?
Everything.
Thank you. All right, go, done.
Easy enough?
Yeah, easy enough.
Everything.
Would you like that by Tuesday?
Just saying. You know what, guys? All I ask for you is for your heart to be in it. And commitment, if you can commit, to me at least for the year. I think once you're here, you're not gonna wanna leave, and you're gonna always wanna be a part of it. That's, and just give your best. And that's all I can ask. I mean, we are all volunteering our time, but I think it will be very beneficial for you, for your business. And that's kind of why I was like, Lee, no, I can get you in front of, all these people,
And I
so-
believe you too. I'm telling you, your personality is
Yeah.
just, it's just off the page. It's perfect. And this platform for you, you are the person who can take it to a really big level.
Well,
I
just-
really believe
We
that.
just need it to grow, and we need people just to see who we are.
Okay.
And, what we're all about, and how we can help the realtors out here. A lot of them are struggling, so how can we help them? How can we help them
Yeah.
get more business? How can we help them, be more educated in what they do so they can provide better service to the consumer out there? How can we help them be able to serve the community better that they're working in?
Yeah.
Because they gotta give back too.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Shoot.
Yeah. You take a little, you give a little, yeah.
Exactly. So and I'm all about the giving back, guys, and so sometimes you may have to reel me back in because I'll be giving away real. Oh, just give them away. Oh, Jiminy Crickets. I mean, I was at a birthday party and they're playing musical chairs, and I'm all upset because the little kids didn't win. I'm like, oh, just give everybody a gift. It's just. But anyway, but that's all I ask, guys. That's all I ask. I ask for your heart to be in it, for you to care, and just, have that heart of wanting to help and to give back. And if I can just at least get a year commitment, to help this chapter and help the realtors here in the Valley, I think it will be a tremendous feeling it'll be a tremendous benefit.
Could you name everybody at
It's
this
not gonna
event?
be me. It's not gonna be me.
Could you have named everybody at this event?
Named everybody at
Yeah.
this event? No.
Okay. How many of them did you personally know?
I know a lot, but I can't remember people's names.
Okay.
I knew pretty much everyone here.
Okay, so you know them, but my brain works the same way, by the way. I remember concepts and themes, and
Yeah.
I can pitch off the seat of my pants, but I can't remember everybody's name.
I can't remember names all the time, so I'm always looking at either Denise, what's her name?
Yeah.
We're both like, oh, I was like, you gotta say something.
Yes.
Linda, are you good at names?
No.
Oh, we're in trouble.
Yeah, we're in trouble.
To be
We're
around.
gonna be fine,
We gotta figure that part out. Who's good with names?
You have to make a
Sometimes I'm
association.
good with names, other times I have that senior moment.
See,
Yeah.
and I'll be like, hey, what's the name? But yeah, pretty much everybody here, I knew them.
Okay.
I just don't know all their names.
Well-
Sometimes, you know what, I could be talking to them, know their name, and then I get into the moment too much, and then I can't remember the name 5 minutes later.
Okay. Well, I wanted,
Sorry.
these events are great to start networking, and I just want to push it beyond that, so. Okay, thank you. That's what I wanted. I just want to understand, is there anything that you want to say, or anybody wants to say before I stop the recording?
Okay, January is gonna be the city of, the address of the city, or city address, so we're gonna have Temecula, Murrieta, have the mayors here, the chambers of Temecula and Murrieta, we're gonna have business development people here, so it'll probably be a lot of realtors here.
Can I interview all of them? I hope to interview all of them.
Ooh. Well, you can probably interview some of them.
I'm hoping to interview
We'll
all of them.
definitely get you, the mayor, everybody loves her,
Oh, really?
so, yeah.
And this may be a spot where, and I have no problem doing it, but we also might want another spokesperson to be there too. So just think about that. If you have somebody on the roster, or you, either way, You could be a great on-camera personality. Just think about it. Just put it out there. Like I said, I will be the default. If nothing else,
Be default.
I'm here. I'll be the default.
And then I'll be the
Yes.
backup.
Yeah.
So, okay, so that's